isolated island, known for its rolling hills and red sands, has long been a hub for Celtic music. But today, the island is attracting musicians from far and wide, each bringing their unique twist to this timeless tradition.
At the Old Triangle, they have a jam every Thursday night, and really naturally you just sit down at this big table and you play a whole bunch of music, and sometimes you get your turn to do your set, or sometimes it's another person, and there's guitars and fiddles and bodhráns. Helps me improve my technique, because I get to see how other people play the same songs that I do, but a little differently, adding little different things to the songs or variations is definitely oh, I find that cool, maybe I could try that out. So it's very interesting and fun, and I definitely think it helps improve.
At just 18, Sarah Nelson has already performed on some of the biggest stages, including Scotland's Het Celt Festival, where she played for over 1,000 people. This Friday, November 22, Nelson will perform at the SOPA Winter Concert Series, showcasing her talent and the vibrant Celtic traditions she's embraced on the island.
How much Celtic music is in the island, it's definitely a lot more than New Brunswick. It's a lot of old-time fiddle music and older people that are playing, but I find that it's really growing in P.E.I, and that's the part that the musicians are doing.
P.E.I.'s music scene is rooted on Cape Breton, Acadian, and Scottish influences, creating a groove-oriented style that's made the community very dancing. And it is this welcoming culture that is drawing musicians from across Canada and beyond.
I lived in Vancouver for a couple of years, and I was playing fiddle out there, and I grew up a lot in the Western Canadian tradition, but I drove across the country last summer, and I was visiting P.E.I, and I stayed for a month, and then 2 months, and then I fell in love with the music scene here and the culture and the community, and then I decided to stay.
Originally from Saskatchewan, Ray Knorr brings a Western Canadian style to the island, emphasizing technical precision, but he's quickly adapted to those dance-friendly groups of P.E.I. Knorr and his music partner Tom Gammons met when they were teenagers on a music camp in Saskatchewan. Gammons comes all the way from Montana to play in P.E.I.
I think it's just about community. I think getting together and playing music together within a community is an amazing thing. I don't discount solo performers, and in fact I do a lot of playing by myself, but it's really the community aspect that has offered the most opportunity in my life, and it has given me the most direction in my life and has introduced me to people. It's basically been the best thing.
Now, Gammons regularly performs with Knorr, and together, they're working on a 5-track EP blending Western and maritime fiddle traditions, set to release in the spring of 2025.
So there's a rhythm that I would tend to play around here, and kind of what I associate with the East Coast. It's a very flowing, kind of rolling. Out west, it's probably more common. So the rhythm, they would just go.
Nelson, Knorr, and Gammons are part of a wave of musicians bringing fresh energy to P.E.I.'s Celtic music scene, proving that tradition and innovation can go hand in hand.
Well, P.E.I is such a small place, and even though people are kind of spread out across the island, it feels very connected. Like, you can travel 45 minutes, 2 hours, and go to another place and see a lot of the same people that are moving around. And there's a lot of these little pockets of music communities. In Saskatchewan, there's still music and there's still fiddle music, but it's a lot more spread out. And you're not going to find such a strong community every place that you go.
On P.E.I, the music never stops. It's a celebration of history, community, and the joy of making something timeless feel brand new.